What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video today. Today, I will be predicting all 10 of the conference championship games. One of the most exciting weekends, Saturdays of the entire college football year. Some of the most important games of the year. I mean, this is the last chance for several things. This is the last chance to get into the playoffs. This is the last chance to put up Heisman votes, Heisman campaign. I mean, this is really the do-all, end-all for a lot of programs and players this year so far. But before I get into the video, please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. If you're new, please stick around, and if you like this video, consider liking and subscribing too. I make college football content all the time. Let's hop into it, though. Our first game, we'll start off with this group of 5 teams. Conference USA Championship. We have 8-4 Western Kentucky versus 11-1 UTSA. UTSA took their first loss last Saturday versus North Texas, which I did not expect. But yeah, both of these teams are solid. Very, very solid. It's very close. I'll say that. Western Kentucky's quarterback, I believe his name's Zappe, he has been putting up insane numbers, and I don't really count it all that much because it's group of 5 and we're not playing the same opponent as Power 5, but still, that doesn't diminish the crazy numbers he's having. UTSA having a great season, like I said. Also, I think this is a high-scoring one. I have UTSA winning 42-35. 42-35. UTSA is crowned Conference USA champions over Western Kentucky. Now, our second game, the MAC championship. We have 7-5 Kent State versus 8-4 Northern Illinois. Two teams I haven't watched that too much all year, to be honest. I got Kent State winning a close one. I got Kent State by 3. If I had to put a score on it, I'd say 38-35 Kent State wins. On to our third one, the Mountain West Championship. We have Utah State. 9-3 Utah State versus number 19 San Diego State. 11-1 19 San Diego State. Yeah, I have San Diego State winning this one. They've looked very, very good all season. A very underrated team. Yeah, I have them winning by 3 scores or more. If I had to put a prediction on it, I'd say 38-17. On to our fourth, or our fifth. Or no, it's our fourth. My bad. The Sun Belt Championship. 10-2 Appalachian State versus 24 Louisiana, who's 11-1. Very, very interesting game to watch. I think it'll be a really good one. Billy Napier will be coaching Louisiana from what I've heard in this game. But I think he goes out with a loss. I think Appalachian State wins. I got Appalachian State in the upset by 3. Give me Appalachian State 45-42 over Louisiana. And for our last group of 5 championship, I have the American Athletic Conference Championship. Number 21, 11-1 Houston takes on 12-0 number 4 Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati pulls this one out. And beats Houston to advance to the playoffs. Obviously, if Cincinnati loses this, it knocks Cincinnati out of playoff contention. That's how that works. And I really think Cincinnati is going to win and be the first group of 5 team in the playoff. I think it's going to be a good game. Very close game, though. I have Cincinnati winning 35-31 by 4 points. On to our Power 5 championships. Oh, first for Power 5, we have number 10, 2-10 Oregon takes on 9-3 number 17 Utah. These two teams played just like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and Utah blew them out of the water. I think it'll be a different story this weekend. I have Oregon getting revenge. 31-21, Oregon wins by 10. Next, we have the ACC Championship. The first ACC Championship in like 6 years that Clemson hasn't played in. Doesn't mean we don't have quality opponents. They might not be past Clemson's, but they're still quality opponents. We have 10-2, number 15 Pitt versus 10-2, number 16 Wake Forest. Very evenly matched teams. Wake Forest obviously was undefeated at one point in the year. They were doing good, and then they took some losses. Pitt, also a very good team. Both have very good quarterbacks. Wake Forest has Sam Hartman. Pitt has Kenny Pickett. And I think Kenny Pickett gets it done. I'm very high on Kenny Pickett. He's my QB1 in the draft so far. And I think he tears that Wake Forest defense that's had struggles all year. I think he tears them up. I have Pitt winning by 2 scores, 52-38 over Wake Forest. And Pitt will be crowned ACC champions. Up next, we have the Big Ten Championship. As 11-1 number 2 Michigan takes on 10-2 number 13 Iowa. I'm going to be real with you guys. This might be my biggest blowout of the weekend. I have Michigan winning by several scores. I got Michigan 38-14. I don't think Iowa has been as impressive, at least not to me. And I think Michigan's been very impressive. Other than that one Michigan State game, which Michigan State's a very good team, and Michigan held it very close. And then they go out there last Saturday and beat Ohio State by 15. Yeah, I got Michigan winning this one by a lot, 38-14. On to the Big 12 Championship. We have number 9 Baylor, 10-2, versus 11-1 number 5 Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, obviously, last week got a big win. They beat their rival, Oklahoma. Baylor also beat Oklahoma this year. Oklahoma's 2 losses come to these teams. 2 very big quality opponents. But give me the Baylor Bears in the upset. Give me Baylor winning this one 28-21 by 7. I think Baylor pulls the upset. And now, for our last and final game, we have the game of the year. The game that's been hyped up all season. A game that, no matter the outcome, will go down in the history books. Number 1, 12-0, Georgia takes on 11-1, number 3, Alabama. Roll Tide Roll. I am very scared. I'm very scared for this game as an Alabama fan. If we played like we did last week, we won't have an opportunity to come back like we did against Auburn. That's just not going to happen. If we play like we did last week, we need to bring our A game. Some important things is, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We need to play perfect on all cylinders. Talking about Alabama, needs to play perfect on all cylinders. But if I had to pick the most important things, I want to say win the turnover battle. Not only do not cause big mistakes, not only do not turn the ball over, but force Stetson Bennett, force Georgia to make mistakes, force them to turn the ball over. That's one key thing, is winning the turnover battle. 2, maybe the most important thing, and I really think if we ace this, that we have a great shot to win. The offensive line, the trenches, and not only the offensive line, but the defensive line for Alabama. I think Alabama's offensive line has to dominate. They have to give Bryce Young time. Last week versus Auburn, Bryce Young had absolutely no time to throw. He had no time to throw. And sometimes he wouldn't even get the ball. I mean, there was one play where the center snapped it so bad he had to fall on it and take a sack on 3rd down. It was insane. But we need to win the trenches, most importantly on the offensive side of the ball. That's where I'm most concerned. Not only do we have to do that for pass protection, but we also need to create a running game. Brian Robinson will be out this week, if I remember correctly. And we're only down to one more scholarship running back, and that's Trey Sanders. And Trey Sanders is good, don't get me wrong, but he has not been the same since the car crash. I'll put it like that. He has not been the same since the car crash. So our offensive line needs to create running lanes too. That's probably the most important part to me. But also our defensive line. Like I was saying, the turnover battle. We need to get pressure on Stetson Bennett. Because I think Stetson Bennett's a very underrated quarterback. And if we give him time to throw, he will pick us apart. He will find skilled players. He will find people like Cook. He will find, I think, Browers, the tight end. He will find George Pickens. If you give him time to throw, he will pick apart the defense. We need to get after him, create pressure, get his mind running, get him nervous. You know what I mean. We need to create pressure. Because he's either going to fold under pressure or he's going to be a diamond and be created under pressure. And I have bets under folding under pressure. That's my bets right now. We need to get pressure on Stetson Bennett. And not only that, our defensive line needs to stop Georgia's run game. Georgia's run game is amazing. It's spectacular. We need to get in the backfield, stop them. I'm convinced Will Anderson will have a very good game. Will Anderson was a Georgia fan growing up, but Georgia never showed him any interest. And he said he went to Alabama because he liked the mindset. And he went to Alabama because of games like this. And then, third, do not make mistakes. And this kind of goes with turnover battle too. But the third most important thing Alabama needs to do if they want to win, do not shoot yourself in the foot. Do not do dumb penalties. Do not commit dumb penalties. False starts, holdings, pass interferences, all that nice stuff. Do not commit it. And those are my 3 keys to Alabama winning this game. But Alabama needs to play even better than that. Like I said, they need to be good on all cylinders. This Georgia team, especially this defense, is crazy good. Now, looking at it from Georgia's perspective, you are favored in this game. In fact, the first time Alabama has not been favored in a game since 2015 when they played Georgia. That was the first college football game I ever watched. So it was a mighty long time ago. And the first time Alabama has been an underdog by this much since 2008 when Tim Tebow beat them in the SEC Championship. So this is a very important game. Everyone I know, the betting odds, they're picking Georgia to win this one. And all I'll say is, from Georgia's perspective, this is the year, Kirby. This is the year. If you do not beat Alabama this year, Alabama has young players. They just gave their quarterback, their running back, 2 of their wide receivers, some offensive linemen, some defensive players to the draft. They have a lot of young players. They've stumbled parts this year, and Georgia has its best team maybe ever. If Kirby Smart does not beat Nick Saban this year, Kirby Smart will never beat Nick Saban if he does not do it this year, this weekend in Atlanta. If he doesn't beat Nick Saban this weekend, Kirby Smart never will. I'll put it like that. So, those are my opinions on each thing. And I'm not going to pick against my own team. I can't do it. And I wouldn't do it anyways because I'm confident we can win. I'm confident we can go out and do the 3 things I talked about and also continue to be good on other aspects of the game. I have Alabama being crowned SEC champions as they beat the Georgia Bulldogs 28-27. 1-point win, I know. I think it'll be insanely close. I could see this game being within 4 points. I don't see it being with either way it goes. I don't see this game being more than a 7-point margin. I'll put it like that. I think this will be a very close game, and I have the Crimson Tide winning in the upset, which sounds so weird because Alabama never gets the chance to do upsets because we're always favored. That's how that works. let me run it by you one more time before I finish the video. Alabama, SEC champions. Baylor, Big 12 champions. Michigan, Big 10 champions. Pitt, ACC champions. Oregon, Pac-12 champions. Cincinnati, AAC champions. Appalachian State, Sun Belt champions. San Diego State, Mountain West champions. Kent State, MAC champions. And UTSA, Conference USA champions. Those are all my picks. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'm sorry that last portion went on, but I have a lot of thoughts on the game as an Alabama fan, of course. And like I said, it'll be a game to remember. It'll be the game of the year. But like I said, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think Alabama can pull the upset? I certainly do. I think people are counting us out a little too much. A little too much. And what upsets do you see? And how do you think this will impact the playoffs? In fact, give me your top 4. Your top 4. Who do you think will be in the playoffs after Championship Saturday's finished? But with that being said, I'm going to see you later. Roll Tide, roll Alabama. Peace out.